The function will now begin with the formal lighting of the lamp. May I request the dignitaries on stage, led by the Honorable Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Arjun Singh, to light the lamp by pressing the remote.
May I now request Shri R.P. Agarwal, Secretary, Department of Higher Education, MHRD, to deliver the welcome address.
ఈ సభకు ముఖ్య అతిథిగా విచ్చేసిన కేంద్ర మానవ సంసాధన వికాస్ మంత్రివర్యులు గౌరవనీయులు పెద్దలు శ్రీ అర్జున్ సింగ్ గారు, సభా అధ్యక్షులు ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర ముఖ్యమంత్రి గౌరవనీయులు వైఎస్ రాజశేఖర్ రెడ్డి గారు, గౌరవ అతిథులు మినిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ హెచ్ఆర్డి గౌరవనీయులు డి పురంధేశ్వరి గారు, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్ర తక్నీకీ శాఖ కోర్ట్స్ మరియు ఐటీఐ మంత్రివర్యులు గౌరవనీయులు ఆర్ చెంగారెడ్డి గారు, మెడికల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మంత్రివర్యులు గౌరవనీయులు అరుణా కుమారి గారు, స్థానిక సంసద్ సభ్యులు గౌరవనీయులు డాక్టర్ చింతామణి గారు, వేదిక అలంకరించిన స్నేహితులు చీఫ్ సెక్రటరీ రమాకాంతరెడ్డి గారు, సహచరులు అశోక్ గారు, ఎన్కే సిన్హా గారు, చైర్మన్ యూజీసీ సుఖ్దేవ్ థోరట్ గారు, ఐఐటి నిదేశకులు, ఎన్ఐటి నిదేశకులు, యూనివర్సిటీ ఉపాధ్యక్షులు, విభిన్న రాష్ట్రాల నుండి విచ్చేసిన విద్యా శాఖ సచివులు, మన ఆహ్వానాన్ని మన్నించి ఇక్కడ విచ్చేసిన అతిథులు, ఈ మిషన్కి విజయవంతంగా చేయడానికి కృషి చేసిన సహచరులు, పత్రికా విలేకరులు, యువతీ యువకులారా, సోదర సోదరీమణులారా, భారత్ భావి పౌరులారా. It is my privilege today to welcome all of you in this temple of education located in the holy city of Tirupati on this auspicious occasion of the launch of centrally sponsored schemes of National Mission on Education through ICT and the submission on polytechnics, which includes giving financial assistance to the state governments for strengthening the existing polytechnics, construction of women hostels in those polytechnics, establishment of 100 new polytechnics in unserved and underserved districts, including through PPP mode, as well as launching of revamped community polytechnics scheme by the Honorable Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Arjun Singh Ji. We are extremely grateful to our Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development and our Minister of State for Higher Education for their very able guidance and constant encouragement and inspiration for identifying and formulating, as well as grateful to them for getting them approved by the competent authorities, such path-breaking novel schemes for the development and bringing excellence to the higher education system. Friends, it's due to the tireless efforts of our Honorable Human Resource Development Minister that the NDC approved 11th five-year plan budget outlay for higher education department is roughly 10 times of the expenditure as was incurred in the previous 10th five-year plan. The National Mission on Education through ICT has been designed to utilize the tremendous potential of ICT in teaching and learning processes. The technology can be used for making available quality education to the masses at locations across the country which may be disadvantaged and backward. as the educational facilities and infrastructure available there may not be at par with what we have in metro cities and other educational hubs. Through this mission, we intend to achieve our composite goals of ensuring access with equity and excellence in higher education, as well as bridge the digital divide which exists in our society today. I am happy to say that today you will get a glimpse of the power, capability, and the range of utilities of this mission to the society. Riding on the cost effectiveness of technologies in the ICT field, we intend to accelerate our efforts for ensuring enhancement of GER of higher education system by at least 5 percentage points during the 11th five-year plan, adopting open access strategy and ensuring that the entire e-content generated under this mission is given and made available free of cost to every learner, I think is definitely a pro-poor tilt in the mission. Close cooperation with other sister organizations would ensure that there is no duplication of effort and there is full synergy. Under this mission, a proper balance between content generation, research in critical areas relating to imparting of education, and connectivity for integrating our knowledge with advancements in other countries will be attempted. For this, we hope to have a critical mass of experts in every field working in a networked manner with dedication and sincerity. The mission would work for making available high-quality knowledge modules of right contents to the teaching and learning community across the country through the cyberspace. The benefit of teaching by experts and renowned faculty, especially in the advanced subjects and courses, is proposed to be made available not only to the students enrolled in such premier institutions located in towns, metros, and small cities, but also to any learner who has the zeal and patience to acquire such a knowledge. This would be akin to, let me submit, Guru coming to the homes of the learners through ICT, and the old concept of, if I may submit, Gurukulam would be giving away to Shishakulam. That is, Gurukulam will become Shishakulam. Removal of barriers to entry in higher education field would ensure that the modern day Ekallavyas do not face any discrimination, and in any case will not have to sacrifice their thumb for self-learning. The fund of knowledge, which used to double every 20 to 30 years towards the end of last century, perhaps doubled every 10 to 11 years in the 70s. And now I'm told the knowledge fund is threatening to double every few months, if not in every few weeks. There is therefore dire need for everyone to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We have realized the importance and urgency to empower the teaching community with ICT teaching tools so that they can update and refurbish their knowledge and utilize it for the benefit of the students. Therefore, to achieve this holistic goal, a special component has been incorporated in the mission for imparting the skills of using the computers and other devices that provide access to the knowledge modules in cyberspace, as also to utilize the ICT tools for teaching and learning processes. Considering the importance of research and innovation in higher education field, the department has given due importance to the activities that are essential for the promotion of research, as well as motivation of students and teaching communities to innovate. The mission shall work for providing access to high-quality texts, research journals to the academic community of all cities and towns in the country through its component of e-books and e-journals. Given consideration to the fact that ICT is moving very fast and touching new domains day by day, a strong component of research for innovation and development of new ICT tools has been included in the mission. Under this component, the mission shall encourage experts, technologists, academic community to undertake research projects in the fields of pedagogy for development of quality e-contents to make the understanding of even very difficult, hard topics easier, development of new ICT tools for developing e-contents, development of low-cost and low-power consuming access and computing devices. We are attempting to have a very low-cost computing device in near future, which should be in the range of $20 to $30 immediately, depending on the numbers we order. Innovations in ICT to develop virtual laboratories and development of hepatic devices for imparting practical knowledge to undertake certain mechanical jobs with precision, etc. We realized that the mission would not achieve this goal until and unless our colleges and institutions of higher learning are equipped with computing and access devices, as also connected with cyberspace through high-speed bandwidth connectivity. Therefore, we have assigned top priority to this activity under the mission. We propose to provide connectivity through internet through a minimum 5 Mbps speed to all the institutions of higher learning, numbering about 20,000 degree colleges and over 400 universities with about 20 departments on average each to begin with, while the central government institutions would get this connectivity free of cost. For the other institutions, including the private institutions, we have put a nominal small fee of 25% of the recurring charges. As I said, e-content would be made available free of cost. We have a few huge physical infrastructure available in the conventional mode of teaching. We also have great flexibility through the distance education mode. In a developing country like ours, we cannot afford not to have the synergy between the two systems. Thus, the positive transformation in the education field would not be possible unless we attain synergies between conventional mode of teaching and e-learning and distance mode of teaching. Our attempt would be to derive the benefits of both the systems and to retain the primacy of teachers. All this is not to replace the teachers, but it's to supplement and empower them so as they can bring excellence in this higher education system. I hope the state governments, universities, colleges, institutions of higher learning would take the full advantage of this opportunity for the benefit of their students, teaching community, and contribute to the national effort of improving the standards of teaching and promotion of research, as well as bring excellence in our institutions of higher learning. With these words, I once again extend a very, very warm and hearty welcome to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Dr. Chinta Mohan, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Tirupati, to deliver his address.
This university started about 55 years back with a philosophy taken from Upanishads. And in the Upanishads it is said, knowledge without divine grace will not be useful to the society. And from this knowledge center started with a nucleus temple before us, and the environment, 7 holy hills. This university was started by late Prakasham, the then Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. And any university will be named after any national leader, like Jawaharlal Nehru University, or on the name of a place, Benares Hindu University, or on the founder of a university, Ramarao Medical University. But this unique university is named after a deity, Sri Lord Sri Venkateswara, who is the Chancellor of all Chancellors, who is the Chancellor of all Chancellors. And this university is dedicated to him with a big philosophy in mind. And this mission also, probably with the same philosophy, this mission should have started today here. We have completed 10 5-year plans. 11th plan we are entering. In the 11th plan, we have come with some mission. Earlier, several missions have failed, several missions have successful. This mission probably to become successful, it needs divine grace. What it is said in Upanishads, what it is said, the philosophy of the Sri Venkateswara University, both are correlating with each other. I wish this mission will be very successful because it is at the feet of Lord Venkateswara of Tirupati. With his divine blessings, this mission will be successful. Before launching of this mission, I have my worries in my mind. How this mission is going to help the poor people of this country who do not have 2 meals a day. I wanted to know how this mission is going to be helpful to the marginalized sections of the people of this country. How this mission is going to help the marginalized villages in this country. And I want the light to be thrown on these subjects before we get into this mission. I have seen that the calling for the applications, Agarwalji has mentioned here that the mission of this, the objectives of this mission. But before we get into this mission, we have to think about the marginalized sections who do not have 2 square meals per day, but yet they wanted to do higher education in this country. There are only 1% of the people who are able to come to higher education, but we wanted to enhance this to 5%. Before enhancing it, but think about the people who wanted to come for higher education from the poorer sections of this society. And also, I like to mention about the skilled staff. Without thinking of skilled staff, I am worried whether this mission will be successful. Before launching this mission, think of a skilled staff. We have computers in this several universities, but do not have technicians. Without technicians and skilled staff, I don't think any mission will be successful. Before you launch this, please kindly think about it.
Thank you very much, sir. May I now request Srimati D. Purandeshwari, the Honorable Union Minister of State of Human Resource Development, to address the gathering.
It is my proud privilege to be here today as part of the launch of this great mission, which has been our dream from the Government of India to give to the children of our country. And this is exactly what we meant when we said that we would make education accessible to even the last child living in the most remotest of the areas of our country. It is my privilege again to be introducing to you the components of this very ambitious program. And I say very ambitious because this program is one which is being launched today with a budget of about 4,612 crores, trying to reach the remotest of the areas in an effort to increase our gross enrollment ratio from 10% as it is today to ensure that we reach the 15% GER, which we have been aspiring to do by the end of the 11th 5-year plan, that is by the end of 2012. The mission has 2 major components: A, content generation, and B, connectivity, along with the provision of access devices for institutions and learners. It seeks to bridge the digital and knowledge divide, narrowing the gap between those urban and rural teachers and learners who can and cannot use computing devices for the purpose of teaching and learning in the domain of higher education. This scheme aims at empowering those who have hitherto remained untouched by the digital revolution and therefore have not been able to join the mainstream of knowledge economy. It plans to focus also on the virtual labs, online testing and certification, online availability of teachers to guide mentor learners, empower teachers with ICT. In order to provide unfettered access to the various platforms and content generated in this mission, we propose to use various different media and technologies for dissemination. These will include content delivery through EduSat and narrowcasting of TV signals, providing a large number of DTH channels so that a separate DTH channel is available for every subject over the internet and the IPTV. The mission will create high-quality e-content in the form of videos, DVDs, e-books, Bharatpedia, which would be a peer group assisted content development platform under the supervision of a content advisory group. The mission will also emphasize on developing language conversion tools for all Indian languages. It shall be the endeavor of the mission to continuously work for enriching the repository of e-contents for the nation. For the purpose, it shall encourage academicians, scholars, and institutions to contribute to the world of knowledge in cyberspace by creating e-knowledge content. The mission would also evolve a mechanism to rate the quality of the e-content generated before admitting it to the National Repository. As a custodian of the National Repository of e-content, the mission shall undertake an exercise for indexing the available e-content for its easier retrieval and access by the learners. The mission shall work on the philosophy of encouraging all the scholars and academicians to generate e-content. This may even result in generation of more than one set of e-content on one topic in any given discipline. This philosophy has been adopted because of pedagogical considerations and the fact that different kinds of learners have different learning aptitudes. Therefore, one kind of e-content can be appreciated in a better way by one set of learners and the other kind of e-content by other set of learners. Benchmarking learning content would ensure quality, which is central to the philosophy of the mission. As content generation shall take place at various places by different sets of experts, the development of quality assurance procedures and testing mechanisms is essential. These tools shall be deployed on the mission website so that anybody developing content can routinely use these to get proper feedback. A large quantity of e-learning material in digital form is already available. Therefore, the mission shall undertake an exercise to evaluate the already available e-learning material as well as the one which is being or is to be generated and grade them for the benefit of the learners. The mission shall also attempt to provide guidance to them in order to facilitate their searching for quality material. There are a number of specializations for the master's programs offered in the university system. However, very few universities offer state-of-art and relevant courses. Hence, it is important to develop courses which would add value to the individuals and assist them in getting integrated knowledge and in expanding their horizons. For this purpose, we need courses like project management, case studies, policy-level debates, and economics for non-art students. It is also proposed to create quality content that will help disadvantaged students to compete on an equal footing for various national and state-level competitions. This mission proposes that e-content be generated not only for PG courses but also for undergraduate and vocational courses. The proposed Virtual Technical University, VTU as we call it, shall serve as a nodal agency for imparting training to the undergraduate and postgraduate students as well as the newly recruited teachers in the field of science, technology, management, architecture, pharmacy and other applied areas. The university will provide flexible credit-based courses to all registered participants using modern technology. The modern technology will involve video courses, web-based learning material, and live lectures using satellite and internet-based technologies. The aim of VTU is to serve as an agency to impart training to a large section of students who are keen to receive instruction in an ambience close to the IITs and the IISc. VTU will help them in updating their knowledge and advancing their career objectives. VTU will endeavor to be a world-class institution for providing undergraduate and postgraduate technical education in distance learning mode to a large number of regular students, young teachers at various engineering colleges and professionals in the industry. Needless to say, it would offer a modular approach to education, permit horizontal transition, and provide honorable exits at appropriate stages for the students. Enlistment of support and cooperation of state and union territories, institutions, and individual experts is an integral part of the mission. I would request the faculties of various universities, institutions, and colleges to convey us their ideas and suggestions so as to provide suitable inputs for making necessary alterations and improvements in this scheme. We are all aware of the 14th Conference of Commonwealth Education Ministers at Halifax, wherein the principle of access was highlighted as the core area of all educational developments in the following words, and I quote, "All persons have a right of access to lifelong learning by every appropriate means with full opportunity regardless of gender, race, color, age, socio-economic status, physical and other disabilities or geographical locations," unquote. I'm happy to be in a position to state that the national mission we are about to launch today would boost up the access as it would free the students from the necessity of traveling to a fixed place at a fixed time to meet a fixed person in order to be trained. It is expected that this scheme would increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education by about 5% at the end of the 11th five-year plan. Before I end, I would like to state that we have great pleasure in presenting the salient features of this great mission in this hallowed land of the Lord of Seven Hills, whose blessings and benedictions we earnestly pray for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. We now proceed to the launch of the National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. May I now invite Shri N.K. Sinha, Joint Secretary MHRD, to give a glimpse of the mission.
Now, IIT Madras has recorded many courses on video. These can now also be beamed online, either as video output or in streaming mode over the internet. This experiment will enlighten our students, whether they are trying to do self-study or they are in some colleges, they can enhance their quality. Similar experiments have been done in other IITs also, and why only IITs? At other places also. IIT Kanpur has successfully implemented a distance learning program for Chhattisgarh state. Now, it is here that the focus is coming to the technology from one of the premier institutions of the country, taking their learning to the state, to the rural areas and to the underprivileged. This experiment of IIT Kanpur, which is being beamed in Chhattisgarh, It is a solution that facilitates long-distance interactive e-learning using hardware-based video, voice, and data replicating a real classroom environment. Which means if there is interactivity, there is voice and video, perhaps the classroom gets transformed and becomes a countrywide classroom. And that is what has been attempted. What I intend to say that these attempts, which were initiatives of a niche, now they will proliferate and will be available throughout the country. What has made this project a success is the ease with which the solution can be implemented both at the central and remote sites. The remote site can work on a standard PC with a webcam and headset. The classroom sessions can be recorded and archived also, which means if a good lecture has already been delivered, others can either play it back or archive it, and when the next generation tries to deliver the same lecture, value addition can take place, which means we intend to add on to the repository that is already getting created. What we have seen is the live classes being held from IIT Kanpur, and they are being received at 4 locations in Chhattisgarh state. We can see the class being held at Raipur also. Similar experiments have been going on, and in a very major way at IIT Bombay also. I am not for a moment mentioning that only these 3 IITs are doing it. In fact, all IITs and most of the other renowned institutions are into this field, but because of the shortage of time, I would not be able to throw light on various institutions' contribution to this e-learning. For IIT Bombay, we will begin with a demonstration of a live classroom lecture session from IIT Bombay. And this is being transmitted free of cost, which means anybody can access it and derive benefit from it. The unique feature of this technology is that it requires only 100 kbps bandwidth to receive it. Now, if those of you who already know, the broadband has the minimum of 256 kbps. And if it is being delivered at 100 kbps, even in villages where there is the broadband has not reached, one can derive the benefits. While these things have happened, I want to draw your attention to the critical elements which criticize e-learning. Why e-learning is criticized is that it says there is no teacher pressure and there is no peer pressure, and thirdly, there is no means of conducting experiments. So unless you have hands-on knowledge, it becomes very difficult. With the available technology today, what we intend to show you is the virtual and online laboratory, yes, which is being shown at IIT Bombay. So what they are going to show here is there is a balloon which is in IIT Bombay, and our Professor Kannan is here from IIT Bombay. He is actually operating the compressor in his lab at IIT Bombay, and then he can give the orders from here to start the experiment. It is a very simplified kind of experiment that the balloon, the compressor can be turned on and balloon can be inflated. If he continues to inflate, the balloon will also burst. So this, and there are robotic experiments also which he may like to do. Now what he is doing here is inflating the balloon. If he continues to inflate, it will burst. And this is a live video which is coming from Professor Kannan's classroom. As we can see, the balloon is getting inflated and inflated. There are many more experiments, but I will now go to, and you can see the balloon has burst. Nobody has gone there. Professor Kannan had been sitting here, and he could have also driven robots, etc. These were the experiments based on broadband. That is a technology. The other technology is satellite segment. What we may now, he has been trying to show that the robot can move forward, backward, etc. The next is the CEC EduSat intervention in the field of education. What CEC has done is that it has established the UGC CEC EduSat nationwide network and installed 101 satellite interactive terminals. The subject experts are invited and regular live transmission takes place from the CEC. Students from different parts of the country can raise questions live through video conferencing. The questions are answered by experts from the teaching end. Now, through the network, satellite network, some of the universities have been connected and they could interact with us in real time. Now here we see that Srinagar University, Kashmir has been connected and the Vice Chancellor is there. What is also happening through satellite is that we are witnessing real-time interactive online learning. The platform seamlessly integrates the strengths and advantages of traditional methods of education with the latest technology. The powerful interface enables a student to have highly interactive sessions with the students and instructors all over the country using video, voice and data. So the satellite is available. How we make use of it is in our hands. Now we switch on to TV as a medium. This has great power because of the reach that has been achieved all over India over the last few years. Some of the technologies in the TV field could be showcased through the VSAT or no, in the TV mode. The IPTV is one which provides full interactivity and one can use it for educational purposes. One can choose the lecture, one can choose what is going on in the class, give answers, appear at tests. IPTV can provide that. Through the DTH, some part of interactivity has also come. If the DTH transmission is taking place just like a regular channel, maybe what we see is a TV channel where there is not, interactive is not there at all. But if what is being beamed through the DTH is also captured by the set-top box, that intelligence could be built into the program itself and the learners could interact and actually benefit from it. So this was in the area of TV as an intervention. Now I would like to take to the web-based interactive solutions. Now what we have already launched about 2.5 years ago was Sakshat. Sakshat is the portal at www.sakshat.ac.in, which will be the platform through which all the e-content to be generated under this mission would be delivered free of cost to every learner. Sakshat has been running and all the value additions that has happened over Sakshat, one is e-books. If we go to internet and we want to read a book which has been written by some author, the internet either asks for payment or if it is a Google book kind of scenario, then the publisher decides how many percentage of books, how many pages of that book could be read free of cost by the learners. Now here is Sakshat, on which we have held discussions with some of the publishers that they upload their books in e-format onto Sakshat and the user decides which 5% of the fair use pages could be read, which means if you are trying to get some formula and that is not being provided under the publisher controlled regime, you can still read it without paying for it. And one more intervention which Sakshat will do is that if a person is so poor that he cannot pay for downloading of the page or chapter or the book and he needs it, yes, the Sakshat will pay for it, not that user. That is where we also take care of the underprivileged and marginalized sections of society. What is being seen here is the e-books which have been loaded and which could be seen on Sakshat through some of the publishers. When we have talked of the underprivileged, how do we lower the entries, the barrier entries to the field of higher education? If we say we will be providing e-content, a poor person in remote locality, how is he going to access e-content? On what? He cannot afford a computer, he cannot afford connectivity, and he cannot perhaps afford the priced version of e-content. Therefore, what has been attempted and for which there is great enthusiasm is a very, very low cost access cum computing device. This is the device, and you can see the length and breadth of this device. It is hardly about 10 inches long and maybe about 5 inches wide. I am not saying that it is the work of one individual. It is the work of the entire community of dedicated workers who have been working on it. And the pages that you see here are coming from the internet using this device. Like the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, this is coming through that device which we just showed. The other program is also the MIT's Open Courseware. In fact, some of the components of this device have been developed by students who have been doing their BTech project work and the students who have been doing their MTech project work, apart from the professors and other experts in the country. This device is an indication that India has the talent, and given the right kind of synergy, our professors, our gurus, our experts in the industry, and our own multinationals, they can put together a thing which can challenge the world. At the moment, we have been able to break the $100 barrier. It has come down to a very low figure, and as our education secretary also said, it is in the range of $20 to $30, but we are not satisfied. We will try to bring it down further, and further to the extent that the whole device could be purchased at a price which is equal to the cost of books for 1 year of study. If that is there, now you have everything. The opportunities are there. You can do experiments, you can do the virtual labs, you can read the books, you can watch videos, go to Sakshat, go to other internet resources and enhance your knowledge. What more a person, a learner would like, if the connectivity is provided, means bandwidth charges are low, this device can work wonders. This is one major intervention through which we want to address the handicaps being faced by the underprivileged of the society. And here, this device is one step in that direction. I dedicated its development. This is still incomplete. It is going on. But I want to show you that device and acknowledge that it is the work of all of you here. It is the work of the experts of the country. We intend to go ahead with this development with your help and your blessing. One such device could have been, platform independent. It is a software which can actually connect from a mobile, from a small access device, from a computer. So it goes into the realm of a software which does not require a given kind of platform. That is one other dimension which I wanted to mention. I now come to the National Program in Technology Enhanced Learning. This program has been going on for past 3 years or so. And with the expenditure of about 25 crores, we have been able to generate nearly 250 video courses and 250 web-based courses in our IITs and IISc Bangalore. This is a beginning. Now for this National Program of Technology Enhanced Learning, in this mission 96 crore is available. Now Professor Mangal Sundar of IIT Madras will just take you briefly through various aspects of NPTEL and then I will come back to what we intend to show today. Professor Mangal Sundar, please go ahead.
So my output voltage therefore will become different.
This is a video program.
The output voltage is going to be I1 plus I1 prime into R2. Because this I1 and I1 prime both will flow through this resistance. I already mentioned to you, this current is going to be very small in a typical operational amplifier. So these two currents flow through that, the output voltage is going to be I1 plus I1 prime into R2. If I now substitute for I1 and I1 prime in terms of V1 and V1 prime, you will find V1 by R1 plus V1 prime by R1 prime into R2. If I make R1 prime is equal to R1.
In the field of electronics and communication BTech degree, about 18 courses have been developed by various IITs and IISc Bangalore for undergraduate, that is BTech level. A total of 3,500 hours of video lectures have already been produced. What I am going to show is 4 or 5 formats in which it can be dedicated to this student community of this nation and also to the teaching community of the nation. This USB hard disk contains actually all 18 courses, video courses of NPTEL in a compressed mode, which occupies about 60 GB of space. It is still only 1/3 full. As the storage technology is developing, we expect that the storage capacity will go up and the compression technology will also enhance. Therefore, perhaps the entire NPTEL content, though it will not be in the TV format, which can be telecast live, but yes, it will be possible to see it on the desktop and at least zero in onto what one wants to learn. This compression technique has been done. This CD contains the first batch which could be made available at neighborhood bookshops, and one could buy it at the cost of the device itself. So there is no charge for providing those video lectures. Now this device, what we have as a beginning of the participatory approach between the central and the state government, with your contribution, with your energy and with your blessings, we hope that this national mission on education through ICT would become a resounding success. It is a success for every one of us, for every Indian, and we owe it to our nation. Thank you.
May I now request our Honorable Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Arjun Singh, to kindly release the norms and guidelines for the scheme of community development through polytechnics.
The Honorable Minister Shri Arjun Singh will now unveil the foundation stone plaque for the construction of Women's Hostel in SV Polytechnic, Tirupati. With the click of a button on the remote again, sir, we'll see how technology rises the curtain now. All in the click of a button. Thank you so much, sir.
May I now invite the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Y.S. Rajashekara Reddy, to deliver the presidential address.
ఎడ్యుకేషన్లో విద్యలో జరుగుతున్న జాతీయ మిషన్ ద్వారా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ ఎంత బాగా విద్యను అభ్యసించటానికి ఉపయోగించవచ్చు అనే విషయానికి సంబంధించిన ఈ మిషన్ ప్రత్యేకంగా దాదాపు 4,700 కోట్ల రూపాయల ఖర్చుతో ఈ మిషన్ ఇక్కడ ప్రారంభించబడుతోంది. మీ పార్లమెంట్ సభ్యుడు చింతామోహన్ గారు మాట్లాడుతూ ఈ మిషన్ వల్ల, ఈ కార్యక్రమాల వల్ల మార్జినలైజ్డ్ సెక్షన్స్ అంటే పేద విద్యార్థులకు ఏ విధంగా ప్రత్యేకమైన మేలు జరుగుతాయి అనే విషయాన్ని మనందరము కూడా ప్రత్యేకంగా గమనించవలసిన అవసరం ఉంది అనే విషయాన్ని చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. ధనవంతులకైతే లేదు, 10th క్లాస్లోనో ఇంటర్లోనో బాగా చదువుకొని ఐఐటి లాంటి ప్రెస్టీజియస్ జాతీయ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో, నేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో సీట్లు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకైతే ఏ విధంగానూ ఇబ్బంది లేదు. ఐఐటీలలోనో లేకపోతే అటువంటి దగ్గర ఉన్న ఆ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ కాలేజెస్లోనో సీట్లు రావటం ఎంతమందికి వస్తాయి? మొత్తం దేశంలో 1000 మందికి, 5000 మందికి, 10,000 మందికి వస్తాయి. లేదు, బాగా ధనవంతులుగా ఉన్న వాళ్లకు భారతదేశంలో చదువుకోగలుగుతారు, లేక ఇతర దేశాలకైనా పోయి చదువుకోగలుగుతారు. వాళ్ళను గురించి కూడా మనం ఆలోచన చేయాల్సిన పనిలా. కానీ ఒక సాధారణ పౌరుడు, మామూలుగా చిన్న సన్నకారు రైతు, లేదు రైతు కూలి, అటువంటి వాళ్ళ పిల్లలకు బాగా ధనవంతుడి పిల్లల కంటే ఏమాత్రం తక్కువ కాని విధంగా తనకు కూడా మంచి విద్యను అభ్యసించే ఏర్పాట్లు ఏ విధంగా చేయగలుగుతామనే విషయంలో ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇన్ నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మిషన్ చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుందనే విషయంలో నాకు ఏమాత్రం అనుమానం లేదు అనే విషయాన్ని మనవి చేస్తున్నాను. ఇవాళ దయచేసి గమనించండి, భారతదేశానికి ఉన్న అత్యంత విలువైన ఆస్తి మనకున్న హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్స్, మనకున్న మానవ వనరుల సంపద. ఈ మానవ వనరుల సంపదను పూర్తి స్థాయిలో మనం వాడుకోగలిగితే భారతదేశానికి మించిన శక్తి భూప్రపంచంలో మరొక్కటి ఉండదు అనే విషయంలో నాకు ఏమాత్రం అనుమానం లేదనే విషయాన్ని మనం చెప్తున్నాం. విల్ బి రియలీ ది నాలెడ్జ్ సూపర్ పవర్ ఆఫ్ ది వరల్డ్. ఆ నాలెడ్జ్ సూపర్ పవర్, ప్రపంచంలో ఒక నాలెడ్జ్ సూపర్ పవర్గా మనం కావటానికి ఇవాళ మనం చేస్తున్న ప్రయత్నాలను పూర్తిగా ఫలప్రదం చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వం కూడా ఇటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు బాగా ఎక్కువగా చేసింది. చిన్న పిల్లల దగ్గర నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే 6వ తరగతి నుంచి చదువుతున్న పిల్లలకు ఈ ఒక్క సంవత్సరంలో 6500 స్కూల్స్లో సిబిఎస్ఈ సిలబస్సు, ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం సిలబస్సు ఏర్పాటు చేసిన ఘనత ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వానికి అనే విషయాన్ని మనవి చేస్తున్నాం. ఈ 6500 స్కూల్స్లో కూడా దశల వారీగా కంప్యూటర్ ట్రైనింగు, కంప్యూటర్ నాలెడ్జి ఇప్పించే ప్రయత్నాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. చాలా త్వరగానే ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు పూర్తవుతాయి. దీనికి సంబంధించి ఈ నేషనల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మిషన్ ద్వారా వచ్చే ఆర్థిక సహాయాన్ని కూడా దీంట్లో లివరేజ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. అట్లాగే హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ విషయానికి వస్తే ఇంగ్లీష్ ల్యాబొరేటరీసు, జవహర్ నాలెడ్జ్ సెంటర్సు లాంటి కార్యక్రమాలు చాలా ఎక్కువగా చేశాం. ఇక ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో పోయిన సంవత్సరం స్థాపించబడ్డ జవహర్ నాలెడ్జ్ యూనివర్సిటీ ద్వారా 3 IIIT స్థాపించాం. ఈ 3 IIITస్లో ఒక్కొక్క దాంట్లో 2250 మంది పిల్లలకు అడ్మిషన్ దొరికింది. వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా 10వ తరగతి పూర్తి అవుతున్నాయి. 10వ తరగతి పూర్తయిన తర్వాత ఆ పిల్లలు మామూలుగా జిల్లా పరిషత్ హై స్కూల్స్లో, తెలుగు మీడియం స్కూల్స్లో, ఆయా మండలాలకు సంబంధించిన ఏమాత్రం స్పెషలైజ్డ్ స్కూల్స్ కానివ్వండి, లేదు వాళ్ళకు ఎంసెట్లోనూ అటువంటి అడ్మిషన్లు రావటం కూడా చాలా కష్టమైన పరిస్థితి ఉంటుంది, అక్కడే చదువుకుంటారు కాబట్టి అటువంటి వాళ్ళను సెలెక్ట్ చేసి ప్రతి మండలంలో 1100 మండలాలు ఉంటాయి ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో. ప్రతి మండలంలో ఒక 5 మందో 6 మందో సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యేటట్టు ఆ సెలెక్షన్ ప్రాసెస్ ఏర్పాటు చేసి 10వ తరగతి చదివిన పిల్లలందరికీ 6 సంవత్సరాల ఇంజనీరింగ్ కోర్స్, అంటే 2 సంవత్సరాల ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ప్లస్ 4 years ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కోర్స్ బిట్స్ పిలానీలోనో లేకపోతే ఐఐటీలోనూ ఉన్నట్టు డ్యూయల్ డిగ్రీలు కూడా ఇప్పించే ఏర్పాటు చేశాం. నాకు తెలిసి భారతదేశంలో ఏ ఒక్క ఇతర రాష్ట్రంలో కూడా ఒక్క కొత్త యూనివర్సిటీకి ఒక్క సంవత్సరంలో 320 కోట్ల రూపాయల బడ్జెట్ ఏర్పాటు చేసిన ఘనత ఏ ఒక్క ఇతర రాష్ట్రంలో లేదు అనే విషయాన్ని మనం చూస్తున్నాం. నిజంగా కూడా ఎంత కష్టపడ్డా కూడా ఈ మార్జినలైజ్డ్ సెక్షన్స్ అన్నారే చింతామోహన్ గారు, అటువంటి బీద వర్గాలకు సంబంధించిన పిల్లలకు ఎంత ఎక్కువ మనం చేసినా, ఎంత ఎక్కువగా మనం వాళ్ళను పైకి తీసుకొచ్చినా, ఒక తల్లి తండ్రి తన పిల్లలకు ఆస్తి ఇచ్చిపోతే ఓ 10 లక్షలు, కోటి రూపాయలు, 10 కోట్ల రూపాయలు ఆస్తి ఇచ్చిపోతే ఆ ఆస్తి ఆ పిల్లలు నిలబెట్టుకుంటారా లేదా అనే విషయం తెలియదు. కానీ పిల్లలకు నేర్పించిన చదువు అన్న ఆస్తి ఆ పిల్లలు వారి జీవితాంతము ఉంటుందనే విషయంలో ఏమాత్రం ఏ ఒక్కరికి అనుమానం లేదు. కాబట్టి అటువంటి ఆస్తిని పూర్తి స్థాయిలో ఇప్పించడానికి ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఎంత వ్యయమైన ఖర్చైనా పెట్టడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉంది. అటువంటి రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం చేస్తున్న కార్యక్రమానికి తోడుగా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఎన్నెన్నో కొత్త రకాలైన కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తుంది. పాలిటెక్నిక్స్లోనూ ఐటీఐలోనూ వీటికి సంబంధించిన ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్కు, వీటికి సంబంధించిన మౌలిక వసతులు ఏర్పాటు చేయడం కోసమై ఇవాళ ఇప్పుడే అర్జున్ సింగ్ గారు గర్ల్స్ పాలిటెక్నిక్ హాస్టల్స్ ఏర్పాటు చేశారు. గర్ల్స్ పాలిటెక్నిక్ హాస్టల్ అంటే ఆడపిల్లలకు చదువుకోవడానికి ఎంత కన్వీనియన్సో దయచేసి ఆలోచన చేసుకోండి. ఆ విధంగా మౌలిక వసతులు బాగా మంచిగా ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవడానికి కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఇస్తున్న నిధులను పూర్తిగా వాడుకుంటున్నాం. గడిచిన 2-3 సంవత్సరాల్లో ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో ప్రతి జిల్లాకు ఒక యూనివర్సిటీ ఇప్పించాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో 18 కొత్త యూనివర్సిటీలు ఏర్పాటు చేసిన ఘనత ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వానికి అనే విషయాన్ని మనం చెప్తున్నాం. ఈ ఒక్క సంవత్సరంలోనే దాదాపు 68 డిగ్రీ కాలేజీలు ఏర్పాటు చేశాం, దాదాపు 86 జూనియర్ కాలేజీలు ఏర్పాటు చేశాం ఈ ఒక్క సంవత్సరంలో. నాకు తెలిసి ఈ మధ్యకాలంలో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఎప్పుడూ కూడా ఇంత పెద్ద ఎత్తున ఇటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు అమలు కాలేదు. అట్లాగే మీ వెంకటేశ్వర యూనివర్సిటీలోనే వేకెన్సీస్ అన్ని ఫిల్అప్ చేసే కార్యక్రమం చాలా పెద్దగా మొదలుపెట్టాం. అట్లాగే మిగిలిన అన్ని యూనివర్సిటీల్లో కూడా 100 కాదు 1000 కొలది వేకెన్సీలు ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లోని యూనివర్సిటీలు అన్నింటిలోనూ ఫిల్అప్ చేసే కార్యక్రమం అంతకుముందు అయితే తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీ అధికారంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు దాదాపు మూసివేశారు, గేట్లన్నీ మూసివేశారు, నో ఫర్దర్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ అన్నారు. కానీ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ తప్పనిసరిగా ఉండాలి. కాలేజీల్లో చదువు చెప్పేవాళ్ళు లేకపోతే పిల్లలకు మంచి విద్య రావడానికి అవకాశం ఉండదు అనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ నుండి మొదలుపెట్టిన ఘనత ఈ ప్రభుత్వానికి అనే విషయాన్ని మనం చూస్తున్నాం. ఇన్ని రకాలుగా ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తున్న ఈ ప్రభుత్వానికి అండగా దండగా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఉంది. కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ప్రత్యేకంగా అర్జున్ సింగ్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో హైదరాబాద్లో ఒక ఐఐటి ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది, ఈ సంవత్సరం మొదలు కాబడ్డది. విజయవాడలో ఒక ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ కాలేజ్ ఇవ్వబడ్డది. ఈ 2 కాలేజీలు ఇచ్చిన విషయంగా అర్జున్ సింగ్ గారిని నేను హృదయపూర్వకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటూ, అర్జున్ సింగ్ గారికి తోడుగా నీడగా మన రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించిన బాపట్ల పార్లమెంట్ సభ్యురాలు శ్రీమతి పురంధరేశ్వరి గారు ఒక మంచిగా అండగా దండగా అనుకుంటూ మరిన్ని మేళ్ళు ఈ రాష్ట్రానికి సాధించే విషయంలో పూర్తిగా ఉపయోగపడాలి అని భావిస్తూ ఇవాళ ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన మీకందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful presidential address. May I now request our Honorable Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Arjun Singh, to address the gathering.
After listening to the speeches of my colleagues on this historic occasion, I don't think there is much to be said by me. My esteemed colleague Srimati Purandesh Devi has spoken extensively on this matter. I was just wondering how this country of ours is getting along. Simultaneously, on the one hand, an hour ago, we were in the environment of Vedanta in the Sanskrit University. And now, after an hour, we are in the realm of technology. It is this duality that is the essence of Indian culture. And I was so happy to listen to, not fully understand, the speech of our respected Chief Minister. But I would like to tell him that we in the HR department choose this place for launching this program not by accident. It is our design to launch this program of technology in Andhra Pradesh and at the feet of Lord Venkateshwar. Because I have observed that in the last 3-4 years, the kind of work you have been doing in every sphere of activity has given me the confidence that this launch will be successful, and your efforts in that direction will be very vital to it. I had the good fortune to be working with Rajiv ji when he was formulating the new education policy of the country. Many questions were asked. How is this going to happen? Where will we get the resources? Though I must say, in the realm of resources, we cannot complain, because the Honorable Chairperson of the UPA and Honorable Prime Minister has seen to it that education does not lag behind because of resources. But still, in the days to come, it will be a factor. And the answer that Rajiv ji gave to all of us is coming true in a sense today. And he said, I quote him, that let technology take its rightful place in India and all these anxieties will melt away. And we are seeing today that it is possible for us to communicate across the country to remote corners and take the knowledge, the best of knowledge, to the people there and give them a sense of belonging to this country. I am not a technological person. I must confess to that. But it has even got me excited that after all, we are achieving what we thought it is not possible to achieve. I give full credit to Mr. Sinha, our Joint Secretary, and other members of the team who have been working overnight to make this function possible. I am sure that in the days to come, more technological advances will ease the burden both financially and otherwise on the students of India, the parents of India, and yet help India taking the high place in the technological and educational world of the future. Thank you.
On behalf of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Higher Education, Secretary Higher Education, Shri R.P. Agarwal, will now present the memento to the Honorable Union Minister of Human Resource Development, Shri Arjun Singh Ji. Sir, may I now request you to present a memento to the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy, Srimati D. Purandeshwari, the Honorable Union Minister of State Human Resource Development, Honorable Dr. Chenga Reddy, Minister of Technical Education, Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Minister of Medical Education, Srimati Galla Arun Kumari. Now I request Shri Ashok Thakur, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Human Resource Development, to present a memento to Dr. Chinta Mohan, Honorable Member of Parliament, Tirupati. Sir, you are now requested to present a memento to Shri A.P. Ramakanta Reddy, Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. We are very grateful for the support extended to us by Shri Venkateshwara University in organizing today's function. As a token of our appreciation, Mr. Ashok Thakur, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Human Resource Development, will hand over the memento to Dr. N. Prabhakar Rao, Vice Chancellor, SV University. Very popular among the crowd, I'm guessing. A number of people have contributed selflessly towards today's function. I request Mr. Sinha to now hand over the mementos to the following people. Firstly, Professor Prem Kalra from IIT Kanpur. Professor Kannan Maudgalya from IIT Bombay. Professor Mangala Sundaram from IIT Madras. Professor M.D. Tiwari, Director IIT Allahabad. We have Mr. Tiwari here. And Mr. Pradeep Kaul, Joint Director CEC. Thank you so much, sir. On behalf of SV University and the organizers of this event, we would now like to present mementos to all our honored guests on stage. I request the Vice Chancellor, Professor Prabhakar Rao, to present the mementos, please. Honorable Human Resource Minister, Shri Arjun Singh Ji. Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy. Honorable Minister of State, Human Resource Development, Srimati D. Purandeshwari. Honorable Minister of Technical Education, Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Chenga Reddy. Honorable Minister of Medical Education, Srimati Galla Arun Kumari. Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Chinta Mohan. Secretary Higher Education, Shri R.P. Agarwal. Chief Secretary, Andhra Pradesh, A.P. Ramakanta Reddy. Additional Secretary, Shri Ashok Thakur. And the Joint Secretary, Shri N.K. Sinha. Thank you so much, sir.
May I now request Shri Ashok Thakur, Additional Secretary, Department of Higher Education, MHRD, to propose the vote of thanks.
It's a unique project. Unique in terms of investment, because till now, never has the Government of India thought about launching such a huge project. The investment is almost touching 5,000 crores. So in terms of investment, it is unique. In terms of thinking, it is often said that Indians don't think large. I think now we have started thinking big. And this is one of the examples of our changed attitude towards solving problems. It is also big in terms of outreach. There's a similar program of the Department of Science and Technology known as the National Knowledge Network. At best, that network will cover about 1,000 institutions. But this particular project, which we have launched today, will cover at least all the 18,000 colleges in our country, and each of the departments of around 420 universities that we have. So in terms of investment, in terms of outreach, this is a unique project. It is also unique from the point of its innovative approach. First of all, I would like to thank profusely the Honorable Human Resource Development Minister, Shri Arjun Singh Ji, for not only launching this mission at this historic and holy place of Tirupati, but also releasing the norms and guidelines for community development through Polytechnic scheme. Sir, I would like to thank you for all that you have done for higher education, and also, and also for all the students in the country. I am also extremely thankful to Dr. Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. I'm also grateful to Madam Purandeshwari, who's always very helpful and supportive to us, and whenever we have any guidance to seek, we always get it from her. I am also grateful to all the presentations and addresses made by honorable members who are on the dais. More so, my secretary, Mr. R.P. Agarwal, who, because of his hard work, experience, and team spirit, has been able to achieve tremendous goals assigned by our honorable HRM, who is a serious taskmaster. In the end, I will like to thank Mr. Sinha, who made a very nice presentation, to all his officers who helped this, put on this program, Mr. Goyal, our DDG, Mohan Das, Director, Mr. Paliwal, Madan Mohanji, Rajkumar, Mr. Nasa, everybody. And last, but very from my heartfelt depths, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor of the Institute. Thank you very much, sir, for all the cooperation you have given, and also to the press and the electronic media. Thank you, sir.